Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. My beautiful mindset rebooters. High fives all around. We have already crushing through my beautiful mindset rebooters. High fives all around. We have already crushing through. Okay, so let me start over again. Hopefully I can delete that, or clip that out from the video. So just trying to get used to this technology of yeah, this technology of using Facebook, YouTube lives, I should say, and recording it um, on Zoom. So it's kind of, technology is a fabulous thing, but it for me, um, the learning curve, especially when I think I know it. It's one of those pieces where I just have to laugh about it because I know that I'll get better at it. And as I grow my team will be able to help me with it. So it's just really funny for me. So welcome to day 3 of Intentional Success Mindset Reboot. High fives all around to all of you who have done day 1, done day 2. So, of course, day 1 was on mindset, and day 2 is awareness. And we're going to cover that a little bit more in the next slide, or in the second slide, I should say. So, we are crushing through this week. We are on Wednesday, or I should say day 3, right? Because I don't know when you'll be watching this, of the Mindset Reboot Challenge. And you're officially halfway through this. And so give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself, that high five that you need, and celebrate this win, because I have thrown a lot at you and you've come back. So I really appreciate you. So I'm going to start to share my 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 screen, and then let's get to it. All right. So yesterday we talked about unlocking, pardon me, more technology that's driving me a little bit nuts. So we unlock the power of self-awareness. And we really, if you did the work, you dug deep into reflecting on our thoughts, patterns. You started to build that foundation for growth mindset. I won't say it's a rock solid foundation. I would say that it's the beginning of a foundation for growth mindset. And, what were some of the amazing aha moments you had? I want you to think about that. If you have a pen and paper, write that down. What were some of your aha moments in taking this time to really reflect and become aware of some things that are blocking you, whether they're limiting beliefs, maybe even limiting beliefs about family, and how they might be holding you back. or your partner, or your situation in life, maybe there's those um maybe there are those things that are, from your childhood that are just keeping you from becoming the person you want. But here's the thing, self-awareness is just the first piece of the puzzle, and so today we're going to talk about commitment. It's all about commitment. We're going to talk about taking action, about harnessing that power of the growth mindset to intentionally design the success that you desire in business and in life. Um, you know, we've been delving into the power of mindset shifts and how they can transform your and my life, right? And so remember, creating new habits take time and consistent effort. It's a journey, not a sprint. And so I'd like for your attention and also to ask your permission if later on I can share an opportunity that's going to accelerate your progress. And so change isn't easy, but trust me, it's absolutely worth it. So buckle up, because today we're diving into strategies that will light a fire under your commitment and propel you forward to your goals. Okay. Right. So let's review. Yesterday, we talked about cultivating self-awareness and reflecting on what that awareness brought you and what it could bring to your future and your future self. But as I kept saying yesterday, self-awareness isn't a destination, it's a journey, and it's going to be fueled along by reflection, and that's going to propel us to the future and on this journey. So imagine yourself scaling that mountain. And of course, you need your Sherpa or your guide to help you get there. You're going to stop at checkpoints. You're going to assess the terrain. You will have, because you have developed practices, you will be developing and growing and become habitually using your growth mindset, using your awareness to become the better version of yourself. And as I said yesterday, self-awareness is crucial because it's your inner compass. It's going to guide your decisions, shape your relationships, and ultimately determine how effectively you navigate in life, right? And the complexities that come with it. So it empowers you, right? You're going to identify your strengths and weaknesses and work to both, right? You're going to use those strengths to create value for yourself, but also you're going to know what your weaknesses are and either learn the skills that to overcome that weakness, or delegate it to somebody else that's a strength. Maybe they become a team member. We don't know. So another piece of it, of self-awareness, is we become aware of our triggers. We are stepping into a situation, even if it's, let's say, a family dinner, and a relative opens their mouth and you're just like, oh, I can't stand this person. Well, why? With awareness and self-reflection, you're going to be open to really looking at that. And where does that trigger come from? And more importantly, is that trigger relevant, or valuable to you in who you are becoming and who you are today? And of course, understanding your triggers and being aware, you're going to make informed decisions, right? You're going to reflect on how you're going to connect your values to your choices. Oh, technical difficulties here. Sorry, folks. And so then you become truly intentional in what you are deciding, in the actions you're going to take, and the success that you are cultivating. These are long-term goals, and even lifestyle that you want to create for yourself. And it's going to help you navigate challenging situations. You're going to understand your thought patterns, and you're going to be able to make clear and decisions. You're not going to make, impulsive. You're not going to take impulsive action. So making the commitment, sorry, I've got to fix this. It was bothering me a little bit. So making the commitment um, to goal setting is really going to help you build that foundation, right? Because I said it's not rock solid yet, right? There's still some other pieces that we need to put together with it. And so what it does, it takes away a number of things that make it difficult for you to commit, right? So fear of failure, right? When we have that fear of failure, we don't live up to our potential because we don't want to take a risk. We feel that a risk is going to cause the failure, and that is not necessarily accurate, right? I mean, I think of the in the Gospels, um, there's a parable that Jesus talks about of the three servants that were given three different amounts of talents, which was a source of currency back then. And so the landowner, right, gave 5 talents to one servant. He gave 3 talents to another servant, and the last one, he gave 1 talent. And so knowing their boss, right, the first two double his money. So when he came back, the servant with 5 talents had 10 talents to give him. The one who received the 3 talents returned 6 talents to him. But the one that he gave 1 talent to was so afraid of losing that money because he knew that his boss, the landowner, was such a hard taskmaster that he didn't want to lose any of it. He didn't want to risk losing it. And the moral to that story is that he got punished because he didn't even make an attempt to try and earn some money. And then all of that talent was given to the one who had made the most. So it's how we look at it. Sometimes we don't use our own talents, meaning in today's society, right? Because we're afraid of that fear. We're afraid of that fear. We're afraid of that failure. And so if we are afraid, we hold on so much to the status quo that we don't make an effort to change it, although that's a desire we have. Because as humans, we always grow. And so this fear of failure affects us because then we get a lack of confidence. We know what we do. We're not going to try anything different. We're not going to make waves. And sometimes, a lot of times, overthinkers, me, in our overthinking, we analyze so much we become paralyzed. We start second guessing every decision. Sometimes we got FOMO, like, even making a choice for a tool for your business. And there are a lot of options out there. And we know in the virtual world, right, in the tech world, there's always something new coming out, right? But in the overthinking or over analyzing to make this decision, it causes us to pause. Well, if am I investing too soon? Am I going to miss out on the next big thing when I have my money invested in this? And so, that fear of change as well. Am I worthy of being successful? Can I really do this? And that causes procrastination. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna buy this because I know that there's going to be something better, and then therefore I need to not. I just need to not do that. And perfectionism comes in, right? And that's an overthinker piece, because perfectionism is we start thinking about everything in every scenario, and that can't possibly happen. I mean, me with tech, right? This week I've been having issues, but I'm learning, and I'm learning to adapt. I'm learning to grow. I'm hoping that I will have the my expected results. They're going to emerge eventually as I keep attempting. So again, you know, it's that desire to really appear that I've got it all together, where no one does. The ducks and the swans that glide across, the lake's surface. Well, their little web feet on the bottom are just doing this, right? So they are pedaling, 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 but they look graceful and they look as if they are making no effort. And unclear goals will also be a part of that. So when making a commitment to action, there are things that we really need to be aware of as we go forward. And external pressures and expectations. There's definitely those upon entrepreneurs, family members. Sometimes it's very supportive. Other times, like, what are you doing again? And why? And so the more we are able to articulate that, the better. Sometimes the support system we thought we had, we just don't have. They don't get it. So that's when you look for those like-minded people. And then, negative experiences from before affect how we commit. Right? How many people are afraid to commit to marriage because either their parents had a really bad marriage or a horrendous divorce, and they don't think that they had a good example. Time management issues could also be part of the commitment piece. I don't think I have time for this. I should make time for this, but never do. Comfort zone. It's really comfortable in the status quo, even if the status quo is painful, even if the status quo does not serve us. Inadequate resources, we just don't know how to start. And a lack of gratification in terms of personal success. We're impatient with ourselves. We should be successful. This was in my plan. I will have a successful business making 7 figures in 2 years. The reality is that can't be promised. And it doesn't matter how hard you work if you are not aware of what is limiting you. And so these are reasons why a lot of people, it's really difficult for many people to make a commitment to action. And so we want to change that, right? Shifting our minds to seeing opportunities where they're no longer there, they are there, but we cannot see them because they're invisible. So commitment, making that commitment is going to really change the way. And again, it needs to be clear. of what our commitment is. So when we become aware of something, maybe a limiting belief, and our commitment is to make that mind shift of what that limiting belief is, then that's going to provide us direction and purpose. It's going to help, this commitment is going to help clarify what we want to achieve and where we want to go. So then that gives our actions purpose. It gives it meaning. It's going to guide us to our goals and aspirations. It's going to build trust and reliability, not only with others, but within ourselves, so that we now show up for all of the components that we need. It's going to enhance our focus and motivation. Committing to a goal is going to, and in a timely goal, right? So that we can see the fruits of our labor and efforts. So committing to that, it's going to help us stay focused and motivated because we can see an end result. It's going to develop discipline and accountability. And discipline is part of that execution process where we get up, we show up, and we do what we need to do. And then accountability, because it is not just you and what you want to do, but also the team around you, and also any accountability partners that you have. They're going to be on you and say, hey, you said you were going to do this. What was the holdup? It facilitates personal growth because you're going to learn things. You're going to be committed to achieving this goal, and you're going to feel satisfied, and that confidence builds. And that really helps with your personal growth. It's going to strengthen your decision-making skills, because as you go through this process of commitment to the goals that you set, you will be evaluating all of your options and making decisions about it. And it enhances your decision making because you're more decisive. It's going to promote consistency and progress. Again, that discipline, that commitment to doing what you need to do. It's going to encourage your responsibility and ownership of what that goal is. It's going to build resilience. All aspects of a growth mindset is going to help you build resilience, because let's face it, in the real world, setbacks are going to happen. And that doesn't mean that it's a no. It just means that, oh, this was weird. I don't want to go through this again. Let me reflect. Let me be aware of it. I'm still committed to this goal. How can I make that shift so that I can achieve the goal, right? Life happens. And so resilience is really important when life does really happen. So, and then it's going to give you a sense of achievement because of the simple fact that you have created the habits of discipline, of commitment, of resilience. You're going to see those opportunities. And then that it really gives you a sense of when you do finally reach that small goal, right? That the stepping stones towards your intentional success, then you're going to see how that help you stand differently, you walk differently, you talk differently, and you're more confident because you do have a clear goal in sight. You do have a vision of your future self, which is what many people forget to do. We do vision boards, and we do we do the work, but then do we keep visiting it? Visualization, do we keep going back to it and making the effort to really focus and visualize and really have that all-round senses of what my future looks like? And once you do that, then it makes it so much easier to commit to the goal. So as you see, taking decisive action is made up of a few things. It really is a process. It's a series of deliberate and thoughtful actions that signify your dedication to a goal and task. So setting clear goals, right? It's define what you want to achieve. What's the long-term goal, right? I always start with my clients, okay, what's your 5-year goal? What's your 3-year goal? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 3 years? Where do you see yourself in 1 year? How can we get you so that you're not overwhelmed to the 1 year mark? Make your goals specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Yes, SMART goals. Make them so that there is an accountability factor when you are actually achieving or in the process of achieving these goals. Create a plan. Outline the steps you need to take to reach your goals, right? Develop a timeline, schedule to guide your progress. Prioritize your goals. Which ones, identify the most important task, even the difficult task, right? The book, Eat That Frog, right? Do the most, sometimes the tasks that we find the least desirables are the first ones we need to tackle. And then it makes the rest of the day much easier. So develop a timeline and schedule guide your progress. And then as you prioritize your goals, you're going to identify the most important tasks and focus on them, even if they are disagreeable to you, and allot time and resources to ensure these tasks are addressed first. Take action, right? Begin working on your plan immediately and consistently perform tasks that move you towards your goal. Give yourself deadlines and meet those deadlines. Don't keep pushing them back. Stay consistent, right? It's important to maintain regular habits and routines that support your goal, and avoid distractions and stay focused on your objects. If social media is a distraction for you, then time it. Put it in your calendar. You get 15 minutes of social media twice a day during your workday. And as an entrepreneur, sometimes our workday is like 18 hours as we are building our dream when you first start out. Right? Hold yourself accountable. It's so important to keep striving for those goals, right? So track your progress. That's why SMART goals are so great, because you track it, you're measuring it, you're making sure that your performance is going to allow you to achieve your goals. And then reflect on your actions and make adjustments. Maybe you try something and it just didn't feel right or didn't align with who you are. Then how do you make that shift? I mean, that's the beauty of trying things for the first time. You're able to evaluate and then get the results that you desire. Seek support. Get an accountability partner, get a coach, get a mentor, someone. Share your goals with trusted friends and family or mentors. Join groups or communities that have similar goals, because they will encourage you and they will hold you accountable. You're going to overcome obstacles because you're going to anticipate potential challenges, not like the overthinker or the perfectionist, but as someone that the reality is, these are the list of things that I need to do. This is the capital I need to have. Do they align? Right? And then stay resilient and become adaptable in the face of setbacks. Stay motivated. Remind yourself, of the reason behind your commitment. What is the why? And it's got to be an emotional, deeply rooted why in a positive tone, right? So you're going to celebrate small victories and milestones to maintain that enthusiasm, and review and adjust. Always be reviewing and adjust. Be flexible and open to change as it approaches, um, as you approach your goal. The more you do, and then practice self-care. Give yourself grace. Take time for yourself. Take time for your mind, body, and soul. Give yourself a mental break. Schedule it in. Spontaneity is great, but you lose motivation and you lose focus. Schedule it in. Ensure that you're eating healthily, that you're getting enough exercise, that you're grounded. Go outside and hug a tree if you have to. Get grounded. Give yourself a 10-minute break. Breathe for 10 minutes, counted breaths, if that's going to help you. And then committing publicly. I think it's really important that if you say it, it's really, there's a significance when we say something out loud and we are make that commitment publicly. It's going to strengthen our resolve. And so again, it creates that sense of accountability because we are announcing our goals. We are stating where we want to be and who we want to become and what our future self and our future looks like. So it's really important that making a commitment to take decisive and continuous action towards a specific goal that's going to be supported by well thought out plans, accountability measures, and consistent effort is going to help you achieve that future you so desire. So goal setting, right? So in the Facebook group, and hopefully on YouTube, we'll be putting up the worksheets. But in the Facebook group, you'll find a worksheet there, a SMART goals. And so if we look at it, if you don't know what SMART goals are, they are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So that's why they're called SMART goals. There's specific pieces. There's a process to it. So if you are planning a goal, first thing is to be specific. Clearly define what you want to accomplish. Avoid vague goals. So I want to be a millionaire in 2025. Okay. Do you have 500,000 in your account now that you can achieve that goal in the next, 4 months? 3 months? So instead, I want to increase my business revenue. Say, I want to increase my business revenue by 20%. There's a big difference there, right? Measurable. So you're going to establish criteria for measuring your progress towards that goal. Quantify your objectives. So instead of saying, I will track monthly revenue to ensure it increases, so you would say, I will track monthly revenue to ensure it increases 20% over the next 3 months. Because as you're tracking, you're going to see that what you're doing is working. Achievable, set realistic and attainable goals, consider the resources and constraints, right? I will implement a marketing campaign and enhance customer service to attract clients and increase revenue by 20%. Now, again, you're reiterating what is the goal? It's to increase revenue by 20%. Relevant. right? So this ensures the goal is pertinent to your broader business objective, and it should matter and make a significant impact. Increasing revenue by 20% will allow me to reinvest in my business and hire additional staff. See how clear that is? That's my why. And then time bound, right? So set a deadline for your goals to create urgency and prompt action. I aim to achieve a 20% revenue increase within the next 3 months. And you go from there. So there's a why, there's a deadline, there are a little bit of steps in here, and each of these then become a project. So how am I going to increase my revenue? We've already started it with a marketing campaign. We've already said we want to give better customer service. So those are two aspects of this SMART goal that's already can be put into play. And what are the smaller steps that need to be taken to attain those two goals within the SMART goal, right? So we're going to take a moment to, for yourself, and the worksheet is called SMART Goals worksheet. Worksheet is abbreviated on the Facebook page, and it. So I've already explained the importance of setting SMART goals. So I would ask you to write a specific goal you want to achieve in your life or your business. Be precise about what you want to accomplish. Keep it in the positive. So it's a specific goal. Identify any metrics that you're going to use to track your progress towards this goal. Like the previous example was that in 3 months, I'll increase revenue by 20%. What are the smaller metrics you would need to add into it, right? As we break that larger goal into a smaller goal, into smaller steps, excuse me. Is your goal feasible? Think about the steps and the resources needed to achieve this goal. Is it realistic? Reflect on how this goal fits into your larger business or life objectives. Why is it important? It's really important to hold on to your why. It's really important to hold on to your why. Let's say it again. It's really important to hold on to your why. Why does this mean so much to you? Why are you ready? And why are you willing to go through this process? And then set a specific time frame for achieving this goal. And again, and then you look back, are my metrics, are my metrics correct? Is my achievability correct? Do I really think I can do this in 3 months' time? Do I need 6 months? And then allow yourself grace. Share it with a trusted friend, colleague, family member, and share your SMART goals and allow them to provide you feedback in what they believe you can accomplish in that time frame, and maybe your goals might cause you frustration. And if you can articulate back clearly the why and why you believe that you can accomplish this, then you are ready to step into commitment. The commitment to your goal is key to achieving your dreams, professionally, and get professional fulfillment. Following a structured approach, you are going to utilize and create a well-defined, actionable goal that aligns with your personal and professional aspirations. And that is the way that we should be living life. So commitment is what transform a promise into reality. You know, we can dream and we can dream big, but we need a plan to execute that dream, to achieve that dream. And so I love this quote by Abraham Lincoln because it really shows that a promise is an intention, but a commitment goes beyond that because it involves dedicating oneself to the effort that's required to achieve that promise, right? So it's about taking consistent, determined actions towards fulfilling the promise. It can be a transformative process, right? From the intention to action. You know, a promise is just verbal, but commitment is taking action. It's actually moving towards your future self. Your impact that your commitment is going to have is the result of the effort you put into it, right? And so, um, a commitment backs a promise and it helps it to become a reality. Um, it helps to build trust again with others and yourself. There's something about your self integrity when you make that commitment to achieve something that may have been a promise to someone else or a promise to yourself. I think those promises are the more important ones. But we don't see it as that because, again, the ripple effect, right? If we help ourselves, we are helping our family members. We are helping others, depending upon um, what our mission is. So this quote is a powerful reminder that true essence of any promise lies in our commitment to make it happen. It's a call to action to urge us to convert our words and intention into real, impactful results through unwavering dedication and consistent effort. Now, benefits to creating or making a promise to your success. It provides direction and purpose. Again, commitment's going to help you clarify what you want to achieve and where you want to go. It's going to give your actions meaning and purpose, and it's going to guide you towards the goals and your goals and aspirations. You're going to build trust and reliability. When you make and keep commitment, you build trust with others. And reliability is a key component of healthy relationships, both personal and professional. It enhances your focus and motivation because committing to a goal helps you stay focused and motivated. Provides that clear target that you're aiming for, and it keeps you on track, even when obstacles and challenges arise. You're going to develop discipline, accountability. You're going to facilitate personal growth because you are getting out of your comfort zone. You are encouraging yourself to grow and to develop new skills, and they help you to really learn more about yourself and what you're capable of. It's going to strengthen your decision-making skills because, again, the process of committing to tasks and goals helps you establish consistent habits. And this consistency is crucial for making sustained progress and achieving long-term success. It encourages responsibility and ownership. When you make commitments, you take ownership of your actions and outcomes. And this sense of responsibility can lead to greater satisfaction and fulfillment in your achievement, even if there are obstacles and challenges in the way, and even if you don't succeed at first, because you can always reevaluate and tweak what you did or totally change it up. But the goal is still the same, and it still can be achievable with that tweak or pivot. And it builds resilience. I think that piece we miss. Something gets hard, and we just want to chuck it. But successful people have resilience. They keep trying over and over and over again. Thomas Edison, in trying to create the light bulb, tried almost 1,000 times to create something that was sustainable and something that would illuminate using electricity. May not have been his idea at first, but he was the one who actually achieved um, being able to hold that spark to illuminate a room. So think of it that way. It's not something that, like a pie crust promise, easily made and easily broken. It's a commitment to really making a difference in my life, in your life, and in others' lives. And again, it creates that sense of achievement. I can do all things. Right? I can do all things. I make the effort. I have done this. Some of the sweetest times in relationships are when you're able to have those difficult talks and come out on the better side of it. So again, it really is the foundation. Commitments are the foundation for achieving personal and professional success as it fosters growth and builds meaningful relationships. Again, professionally and personally. And so, continuing the journey, and earlier today, I mentioned that I wanted to share an opportunity that could accelerate your progress in your mindset reboot. And so I want to introduce you to a new and exciting step that that we are looking at doing, and it's called the 30-day mindset reboot program. It's actually intensive. This intensive is designed to build on the foundation that you began in these 5 days and set yourself up so that you will start to develop those lifelong habits for intentional success. During the 30-day intensive, you'll dive deeper into the concepts we've covered. You're going to engage in practical exercises daily, receive personalized coaching from me, Gigi Santiago, in our weekly calls, and then imagine the transformation you can achieve with continuous support and deeper insights. This program is your opportunity to solidify the changes you've started and ensure they last. So this is an exclusive offer for challenge participants. And so I'd like to just go through it quickly. The 30-day intensive includes, just want to see if that worked. Yes. So it'll be weekly teachings concentrated on each week. So we have 4 weeks and 2 extra days. And so those 4 weeks will cover what we've been covering here. So self-awareness, um, commitment to goal setting, execution of those settings, and recognize the resilience and flexibility in um, in achieving your goals. And so you'll get uh, the teachings on that. We'll have an accountability group coaching call every week. It's Tuesday mornings. You'll get an intensive workbook so that you can journal. You'll have the teachings there, but also you can continue on and fill in pieces, prompts, journal prompts, daily affirmations, and also exercises that will be invaluable to you. There's two exclusive communities. So you'll continue on in this Mindset Reboot community in Facebook, but also we have a WhatsApp community that's going on, and all the teachings and will be there and on a YouTube channel as well. So you'll have community to help you in terms of being able to encourage you, let you know that you're not alone in how you're thinking. And for me, that's invaluable, having a community of like-minded people. Now, all of this together is over $2,500. But also, if you sign up, you'll get my ebook, Unlocking Prosperity, A Mindset Shift. And so, and then there's a quick action bonus. If you sign up by the end of this on Friday, the 30th, then get to you get an action planning call, and that is a value of $345. So that's 1 hour. We sit down, we plan out an action plan for you so that you can reboot or reframe your brain in one area. And again, this is a tool that you can be using over and over again. And you'll have access to me for 30 whole days. My teachings, my expertise, any questions that you put in the WhatsApp, I will answer. So again, it is one of those pieces that really is very valuable. To have access to me for 30 days is over $10,000. So again, this community and what I am sharing with you and us growing together in terms of what mindset can be for entrepreneurs is really wonderful. And it's all only for $897, excuse me. So $897 gets you almost $13,000 worth of teaching, experience, reframing your brain. Because again, the myth is 21 to 28 days to create a habit. But as we do this intensive, you'll be on that path to really create and accelerate your progress towards creating that mindset shift. So I'm looking really forward to it. I've had one this past month, and it's been incredible. And so I look forward to those of you that would like to in the well, so in the chat, I'll put it later, but also it'll be in the it'll actually be in the Facebook group or on the bottom of the YouTube. And so I didn't really plan that well. So Any thoughts? Any questions that you have? So here's everything that you include, that's included. Um, you get the workbook that's $20. My ebook is 14.99. But again, the WhatsApp and the Zoom calls, the Facebook community, all of that is just an access to me for 30 days is close to $13,000. So I think that it's a really good, if you are committed to making that change, then come and join us. So any thoughts and takeaways? Um, commitment is the fuel that propels us towards our goals and dreams. And with your achievement of your goals, commitment is going to provide the achievement of your goals. I'm thrown off a little bit. Focus and determination to persevere challenges and roadblocks. It's going to keep us on track, motivated, and increase the likelihood of achieving what we set out to. Build that reliability and trust with others and with ourselves. When we commit to the goal and we accomplish the goal, we trust ourselves with even bigger things to look forward to and accomplish. Personal growth, pushing yourself and really allowing yourself to live for that goal, it is just going to help your personal growth, and because your skills are going to be challenged and you will be making the changes that are needed, or learning new skills that are needed, right? And again, those strong relationships that are becoming your way in both professionally and personally. Let's keep in touch. I would love to hear your goals. Um, I would love to hear what you have to say and what your goals, and I look forward to um, the future of seeing what um, you want to achieve and how you do that. You know, my goal is always to my goal is always to have intentionality as part as of entrepreneurship. I think the world would be a much better place, in my opinion, and of what I've seen of those individuals, those entrepreneurs, those companies who have an intentionality to their success, right? And they're mindfully working towards a better world, that everyone is successful. And so that is my mission in life, is to create that intentionality, create that systematic way that we all, as business owners, as leaders, are able to really be intentional for the good of others, to serve others. Not cold and calculated, but how can I serve you? How can I help you? How can I be a better person? But more importantly, how can I help you be a better person? Business owner, uh, family member, spouse, child, parent, niece, nephew, sibling. How can we grow this together? And so with a mindset shift, I think that that helps everyone to be better in the long run. All right, my lovies, gonna get off my soap dish, and then I will let you check out the Facebook page, group, excuse me, and get the worksheets and all of that. And also I will have the sign up for the 30-day intentional success. All right, lovies.